Hey everybody! Alright, so there has been a request for Bridget to show how she makes liquid laundry detergent. Now, Bridget made first the laundry detergent with just all natural, and she had a grease issue.
Yeah, Michael's a grease monkey.
Yeah, Michael is all the time working on a car. He's doing car work for other people, that kind of thing. And so she found that she needed just a little extra power in her laundry detergent. So she played with it. So, warning, this is not a 100% natural recipe. I do have other videos on YouTube on how to do it 100% natural. But this one here is an adaptation for if you have a grease monkey at home.
Yeah.
Or if you just have, you know, dirty clothes and you want something just a little bit more powerful for those clothes that are that's not necessarily 100% natural, and you're more looking for something that's cost efficient, something budgety, because we need budget if we're going, you know, so that's what this video is about. This video is about how to make a budget laundry detergent, but not how to make 100% natural laundry detergent.
Yeah.
All right, so hand me those two things right there. Okay, so this is borax. It is mined from the earth. It's considered natural. You get this in your laundry section of your grocery store or Walmart. Set that behind us on the counter. All right, this is pure baking soda. Now I have used also Arm & Hammer. It's the yellow box.
Oh yes, I've seen that one too. I don't remember what it's called though.
It's for making laundry detergent specifically. So I think you can do either or on this.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's using baking soda. Okay. And then you can use, this is my grandma's old-fashioned lard soap. And she's had this for a while, and it's got slightly beat up, and I am not responsible for its appearance.
It's been floating around in my laundry area.
And then this is Zote, but now there's another one they sell.
It's a pink one. It's a Zote pink, and then there's a Felt's Napa.
Felt's Napa.
Yeah.
These are detergent bars. But now we're not going to take a bath with this. We're washing our clothes with it. But so you can use all 100%, you know, just 100% just a bar soap that doesn't have any essential oils or colorants in it. It could have an essential oil in it as long as that would be compliant to your smell that you want for your laundry detergent. But this is an unscented grandma's old-fashioned lard soap. But you could use another soap that was just unscented. All right. The perfect mixture is to use a soap that has no superfats. So this one has 5% superfat, but that's not too bad. So I feel like we're okay with that. But if you're making it specifically for laundry soap, you would want to put on your soap calculator, take the recipe you're going to use, and run it back through the calculator, and where it says 5% superfat, change that to 0, and then calculate that so that you're actually going to turn every bit of oil into soap, so there's no oils floating around in the bar called superfats that would be then floating around in your laundry detergent. All right, so so we've got a cup of baking soda and a cup of borax,
and 2 cups of water,
and 2 cups of water,
and
a grater,
and trusty pots, and our 2-burner.
Yeah, we're using the 2-burner, but you could do this over on your stove.
Yeah.
But it just made, you know, instead of having to move back and forth, it just made it more simple. Okay, so this is an empty container that she refills over and over, and she's going to show you how she takes a spoon to get that the pour spout out.
Yeah. So it'll be super slimy, so you can't like pull it out because the water is evil. And all of these have like a little slot right in here.
It's so that when you're pouring it, it won't go goo, 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 goo.
Yeah.
It's like an air pocket.
Yeah, and so I just stick it down in there and pry it until it'll come out enough to snag out.
And so it
takes a little bit longer when it's all slimy with soap.
Yeah, but you can see that it goes through that side hole.
Yep.
Okay, so, and you've already rinsed this, and so it's ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. And there's the lid to that. So I'm just gonna
Stick it back together.
Okay. Then you need at least a 5-gallon bucket, but this is bigger. This is what I get coconut oil in from Soaper's Choice
Yes.
Online.
It's
and
my
so this
favorite
is
bucket.
a 50-pound bucket. And so it's probably a 6 or 7 gallon.
Probably.
But you can use a 5-gallon, right?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
I like that bucket because it has the pour spout on top.
Yeah, it has a pour spout. Okay,
So nice.
and now we need a funnel when we get ready to pour in. Put that there. Okay, so now this is what makes this, besides the fact of possibly using a detergent bar, you went and looked on the Dollar General coupon app,
Yeah.
and they had a coupon for this.
And plus it was on sale.
It was on sale. So you ended up getting this one for $2 and this one free.
Yep.
So this is actual detergent that she's paid $2 for, actually $1 a piece, and it's Gain Moonlight Breeze, and
It's my favorite
and it's
smell.
got Febreze in it. And so she's gonna actually add this to the recipe to give some extra detergent power for Michael's greasy clothes.
Yes.
Okay, and so you don't have to add this.
You don't have to, no.
If you don't want to.
Yeah. If you don't have a high efficiency washer, you can use Dawn dish soap or Gain dish soap or something along those lines as your extra degreaser. But I have a high efficiency washer, and it don't get along with Dawn.
But it gets along with this.
Yes, it gets along with
Okay.
that.
So then we have a cutting board and a knife, a spoon, and a whisk. All right. So Bridget, take us through the steps.
All right. So first step is I'm not using the whole bar of soap. Don't need it.
If
Just
you
need-
didn't have a bar of my soap, would you use all of it?
Yes, if we didn't have a bar of her soap, we would use the whole
And
bar.
this looks like nearly a pound, like a pound of butter. So this
Yeah.
is about a pound bar.
Yeah.
You read and this is the white Zote, 14.1 ounces. And it actually uses the word soap right here on the thing. So while you're doing your thing, I'm gonna look and see what this is made out of. Oh, this is made in Mexico.
Yeah, it's this is actually in the Hispanic laundry soap area in Walmart. They've got like it's washing powders in bags in that area, and it's on the top shelf most of the time.
It says safe for delicate clothes. So this bar of soap is to actually wash your clothes with the soap.
Yeah, it's for hand washing.
Hand washing. Okay. All right.
And I like the white smell the best. They have it already flaked up in a box, but you end up paying more for a little bit less. So, and I'm about cost efficiency, so I'll just grind it up myself.
Okay, so for the ingredients, all we're getting is white laundry soap with a minimum fatty acid content of 66%. So that means that because this is soap and it's only meant to wash with, they don't have to put the ingredients on the bar. And that's the same when you're making homemade soap. On your label, if you're just making soap and you're not calling it moisturizing, you're not calling it anything special, it's just to wash with. You don't technically have to put the ingredients. I like to do it anyway because we have problems with people that have allergies to certain oils. And so if you have an ingredient list, ta-da, they can just read.
Yeah, and they're not calling you all day.
Or asking lots of questions wherever you're selling.
Yep.
All right, so I'm gonna move the Zote bar. Oh no, we're gonna have, this half is not being used.
Yeah, so it got to go back in there and float around in my laundry area again for a while.
Okay.
And see, these bars actually grate up pretty easily. Mom's grandma's old-fashioned lard bar, when it sit for a while, it's very hard. And it takes a while to grate up.
I know this came out of this package. I know it wants to go back in there, but it's fighting me about it.
That's because you got it turned wrong.
Well, I've tried it in different directions. It's mean, Bridget. It's mean. It's mean. It's contrary. It's fight. There we go. It's fighting me.
Yeah.
You really should use some of our packaging tape and tape this up on both ends, you know, so that it stays clean.
See, look at the little soap.
Oh, let them see.
Okay. The soap's, it's been grated.
All right, do some more hand grating and I'll video how you're doing that.
So, I love this cheese grater I got from, it's priceless IGA. It goes on a plastic container, but plastic containers, they disappear.
Okay.
So the white is the soap, that's half a bar. So it does a lot of soap.
Okay.
And then this yellowish cream is the grandma's old fashioned, but it's been sitting on the shelf for a while, so it's older and hard.
We've started selling that really big time on the website. I made another batch of it today to make sure we wouldn't run out.
Yeah, these are some of the ones that were sitting around for a long time before it started going like hotcakes.
I repositioned it on my website. So I'm going to stop the video so that you don't have to sit and watch us grade soap for an hour.
I'm going to pre-grade it. She's like, no.
You gotta show people how to do it. You gotta show them.
I'm going to be grading forever.
Okay guys, so we've gotten down to a pretty small wedge, and you know, you can do it for a while, but Bridget tried to take a little
Of my thumbnail off.
your thumbnail and tried to get away from her.
So when it gets this little, I quit grinding it. I give up.
Because you can take a little thumb and end up with a little thumb in your laundry detergent.
Yeah.
All right, so
And that's no fun at all.
so when it gets small, I'm gonna set this tool back here. Okay, so when it gets small,
I take and flip it to where it's flat on the surface.
hang on a second.
Okay.
Try that again. Okay.
Okay. I sit it and flip it till it's flat on the surface because it always makes a little teepee for some reason. And dang it. And it's so hard. And then cut it up as small as possible. You just want them as itty bitty as you can get them, because the smaller they are, the easier they'll be to dissolve in the hot water.
So a butcher knife really works good with this.
Yes,
Sort of like mincing onions.
a little bit, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
And then we're gonna scrape that all into our big pot.
Of washing shreddedness.
I think there looks like there's probably about 3 cups in here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I am
loosely,
doing-
not packed hard, because then it would be smashed back together.
Yeah.
But loosely packed, it looks like there's at least 3 cups there, maybe even more.
Yeah.
So, all right. So now you've put your soap on the eye. Pull
Yeah.
that forward a little bit. That's a little bit too close to the edge. There we go.
Okay.
All right. So have you turned it on yet?
No, not yet. I'm gonna put the water in first.
Okay.
So then you put in your 2 cups of water. 2 cups is just my favorite amount. And you want it not on low, but not on medium or high.
So in between low and medium.
Yeah. That way it doesn't burn it. And then
I would have thought that you would have used more water. I never thought about it being. I've never made the liquid. I've always made the powdered.
I don't like all the grinding in the powdered.
Okay, so
And I'm gonna let them.
you've got all the little crumblies wet.
Yeah, I've got them all wet. And I'm gonna let them. Let it heat a little bit now because it's cold, you know.
Yeah, and you can't speed up the process.
No, not with this. It'll burn it, lose its smell. It might actually, like, you know how in the microwave our soap kind of goes like that? It might actually do that. I've never tempted it. I've always done mine on low to medium. But I watched lots and lots of YouTube videos, and I saw some go and I was like, I'm not doing that. Molten hot soap? No, sir. I will cook it slow.
Okay, now let me ask you, does this liquid go in here and those two things of powder go in here and then you
Yes.
pour that in there?
Okay, so you fill your bucket up halfway with water.
Okay, so I should go get this full, halfway full of
Mhm.
water.
Yeah, you can use cold water, hot water, it doesn't matter.
But now, if this was a 5-gallon bucket, it would be more down here. So have you adapted this recipe to fill this entire
Yes.
bucket?
Yeah,
Yeah?
it fills it all the way up to about right there.
Okay. So that right there is very close to where a 5-gallon bucket, actually the top of a 5-gallon
Yeah.
bucket is. This little extra here, but about from right here down is about the size of a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
So you're filling it basically to the rim of a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, so I need to fill this halfway up with water.
Mhm.
Does it need to be hot water or cold water?
Hot water is easier to blend, so hot water is preferable. But
Okay.
you can use either or
All right.
if you don't have it.
Okay, and now, does these two powders go in there or go in here?
Okay, so once this is all liquefied, which it's starting to do, then, and your hot water is full, then you pour in your liquid soap and your powders, and then you whisk or spoon or blend with a stick blender if you want to.
Okay.
I have a stick blender. Mama let me have one. It's an old one though.
It's a low power stick blender.
And it fully submerges because it ain't got any, stuff on it. So I can go all the way to the bottom.
Or is it waterproof?
Yeah, it's one of these old white ones here. And I put me some tape across that and a little bit of tape here and sealed it all up and I just down inside.
Okay, so for today's video,
We're gonna whisk it.
we're not going to submerge our stick blender completely under the water because we don't want to get barbecued, electrocuted online on the video. They would find us all, with our little stick blender going.
Would you feel better if I took silicone and filled all the cracks and crevices?
I would feel better if you put half the water and blended with the stick blender and got all your base blended and then added more water and blended again and then used a spoon after that. Smart mama. Don't submerge a stick blender underwater.
Well,
Electrocution could occur.
It's soap by then. It's quite thick. Soapy. Look how it's melted.
Electrocution.
Look, Mom. Look how melty.
Okay,
It gets
hang on,
bubbly.
guys. Okay.
So it's half melted now. It gets all bubbly and liquefied. You can see the soap liquid forming.
Awesome.
And you just sit, and at this point you have to sit and stir the whole time.
Okay, so you're going to stir continuously from now on.
Yeah. So it's getting kind of thickish because I'm mixing two soaps. This is the first time I've mixed two soaps. I usually use the same kind. And there's just not quite enough water. So I'm going to add one more cup. There we go. One more cup. And see if that helps liquefy things. It just gotten a little too thick.
Has it all dissolved?
Just about. There's just a few little crunchies left, but it wasn't dissolving those last little crunchies. And I could smell it doing the evil stuff to start swelling.
Okay.
So I turned the heat
You've learned
down a
this
little.
not by look, but by smell.
You can smell it. When it's too hot, you can smell it.
Okay.
And so now we're gonna stir until all those little crispies are gone off the whisk.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I put part of the water here, and I filled the bucket up 1/4 of the way. All right. So now at this point, I could add the 2 powders.
Yes, you could.
All right. So you hand me a powder. Is my stick blender?
Yeah,
Oh, it's on the wrong side of you. There we go. So I'm gonna. Ooh, just set it up. I'll get it. All right. So this is the baking soda. Hang on, I'll show you what that looks like. It's gonna be loud, guys. It's gonna be loud. Are you ready? Have you turned down your volume? Alright. Now, I'm getting the borax. I'm glad that didn't splash up on my camera. So we got it all pretty easy. Now technically, couldn't I add these?
Yes, you could.
Okay, so now we're going to add these, which will also add, will be extra empty containers, right?
Yes. Yeah. Where my laundry room is in my basement. And my basement.
I don't know if our heads are still on camera.
I don't know. No, we're not. Not quite.
So you can, you know, hi everybody. Hello.
Anyways, and they made the wall more waterproof, and they added a ledge all the way across to the door. That's where I stash my empty bottles and full bottles. Aha. Quite convenient. So this is almost done.
So this is super powered.
Yes. Well, I have very dirty little boys and one very dirty man. So
yeah, he stays greasy.
Stays greasy.
He comes in here and he'll just be covered from head to toe, and his hands will just be caked in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get out of here, Michael. Get away. Don't touch me.
And recently his clothes have been looking a little better, haven't they? Just a little bit.
Then that's why.
And that's why.
This is why.
Attacking the clothes.
We added 2 things. Oh, and these are
the Moonlight Breeze Game.
Yes, but it's 40 fluid ounces.
Yes.
2 40 fluid ounces.
Or you can use one of the bigger size. They make a slightly bigger size, but it wasn't on sale when those were.
Okay.
So this is almost done.
Alright.
Every time I think I'm done, I find more little Crispies. And you just have to keep on.
So that's what that looks like. Does that look normal?
Yep.
Okay. And then over here, this is what this looks like.
And see, we still have little bitty Crispies on the tines. So we're just.
I think that may be bolts on the, oh yeah,
Yes,
that's bolts. Okay. My bad.
And it just gets kind of frothy.
But you just keep moving it around till you have absolutely everything dissolved.
Yeah.
And let me show right there on the end. Show. You see the little, nope, there we go. See the little pieces that are not dissolved stuck to the tines?
Yeah.
We got to get those out.
Yeah, we may add one more half cup. Just a half cup. Just to get all of it done.
You could put the whole thing in there because this is sort of the water just you fill after you put everything in there, then you just fill, right?
Yeah.
So if you put a little extra water here, that's just going to be a little less water you're going to add in the bucket.
Yeah. And it's just to get it all melted. Okay. I think it is good. Yeah.
All right.
So turn this off. So it's just a thick soap. Ah, see, I missed some. It's okay.
We'll get them with the stick blender.
Oh yeah.
All right, and there's a spatula. This great big spatula is from Soaper's Choice, I think, or maybe it's soap equipment, soapequipment.com. I think
It does a pretty good job.
Yeah. All right. So now I need to hit it with the stick blender. This is going to be loud, guys. Okay, so now let me take this spoon and let me see. I think those nodulars were so almost melted.
Yeah, the stick blender gets them usually.
The stick blender got them. You had a little bit more than you normally like, but.
Yeah.
All right, so take the spoon. All right, and I'm gonna start pouring water.
And then, after you've added your last bit of water to half full, you just put your lid on it and stick it in a corner and forget about it until this time tomorrow. Then this time tomorrow, you come back with your stick blender and the rest of your water, and you fill it the rest of the way up to about right there in this bucket, because it'll still swell a little bit.
Okay, so currently the bucket is full right to here, and we need to get it up to it's full to a 5-gallon bucket rim.
Yeah, you can wait to do it till tomorrow, or you can do it now. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, do you want me to go ahead and?
Yeah, go ahead and do it now. And then tomorrow, all it has to be done is blended with stick blender to make it liquefy, because it'll clump a little. It'll get clumpy, and then sometimes it won't clump, and it'll just get like waves of soap, and you just take your blender and you put it all inside.
So sometimes it's clumpy and you have to stick blend, and
Sometimes it'll get like laid, little like wafy bits of soap.
All right, that's where you would put it for a 5-gallon bucket.
Yeah. And it'll swell a little bit as it congeals. Alright.
So I want to make sure I understand this. So you've done this part, and then you have to let this sit overnight.
Yeah.
How many hours?
Usually it takes a full 24.
Okay.
I've had one batch that it actually took like 3 days to congeal. I don't know why that batch took that long, but it did. It was one of my first batches of it. It just took 3 days to congeal.
Okay, and when you say congeal, do you mean this whole thing becomes a solid?
It becomes, well, y'all are soapers, so you know the soap at the bottom of your crock pots when you've dumped out the water and all the soap inside has fallen to the bottom and gotten kind of jelly-like.
Okay, so
it does that.
Okay, if you're a hot process soaper, when you've scraped all out with a spoon, there'll be soap residue on your crock pot, and you'll pour hot water in it and let it set overnight, and then the next day you can just dump it out, and it's just sort of lumpy.
Yeah, it's a bit like Jello or pudding at the bottom.
Yeah.
And it's just squishy and kind of shiny and shimmery.
Okay.
And that's just the soap.
Okay, so that's going to happen at the bottom, or that's going to happen throughout?
It'll happen up to probably about right there. The bottom usually stays liquefied.
Oh, okay, so it'll get congealing to about right here and the bottom will stay liquefied.
Yeah.
And that's when you have to stir it.
And that's why I have to submerge my stick dim blender to get it all the way down to the liquid at the bottom, so that it all liquefies again.
Okay, so but then that's gonna be a thicker product, right?
Slightly, yeah.
Okay, so
It'll
then,
be almost as thick as store-bought. Almost. It's still just a tad bit thinner, but
Okay.
only a smidge.
okay, so, but when you finish stick blending it and you've got everything blended again, which
Yeah.
I highly recommend not sticking a stick blender, submerging a stick blender in this soap.
Yeah.
Okay,
So then and I'll stick my lid on it to forget about it. And then the next day,
doing this on top of my table is not conducive to happiness.
uh,
We'll stomp it when we put it down.
yeah, and then the next day, I'll just take off my little cap because I have one. This mom gave me this awesome bucket.
All right, so once this is done, it's done. You don't add any more water to it. This is it.
No, this is it.
Okay, so you wait till it gets congealy up top.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it takes 24 hours.
Usually it can take up to 2 to 3 days. It depends on how much water per soap you have. And I think that batch was just a little shy on the soap side.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and then you just pour it up in your containers.
Mhm.
And then do you have to shake those before you use them?
By adding the store-bought stuff, I don't.
Okay, because she adds some store-bought to it, she doesn't have to shake it.
Yeah.
If you don't add the store-bought to it,
You have to shake it.
you have to shake it every now and then.
You have to shake it every time you use it, because mine, it'll sit there at least a day, sometimes between washes, because I'm not a wash. I wash a little here and there.
You mean you have wash days?
Yes, I have wash days.
So there'll be days go 2 or 3 days you don't wash.
Yes.
Okay.
Saves on my water.
And so this will get congealing.
Yes. It will thicken just like it did over that 24-hour period. And I have to sit and I have to shake it. You know. And if that don't work, I stick the blender down inside.
Does that always work, or
Yes.
normally it works, or do you have to do the stick blender very often?
No, not very often. Just on I have one that's really, really big. It's a big, I guess it's an Ajax container. It's the biggest size they have. And that one I have to stick my blender down in every now and then.
Okay. All right.
Because it gets really thick.
Okay, so I mean, this has been made for pennies.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a whole 5-gallon bucket of detergent.
And it'll fill roughly about 6 to 8 containers in that size.
6 to 8 containers in this size.
And we have $2.
Yeah, $2 in this soap,
And then
because we got it on sale.
Felt Napa is $2, but we only used half of it, so that's really just $1. So that's 3.
And then like my
Your old-fashioned soap
is like $4.
yeah, so that's 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, and then that is no more than 50 cents each on these, so that's $8. So
And then you're in plastic containers. You
yeah,
know.
well, you got to purchase those, but for the actual detergent that's inside, we're looking at about $8 to make 7 of these.
At least.
So, I mean, that's cheap. I mean. Okay, Bridget, so this is day 2 on your
Laundry soap.
laundry soap. So what have you done to it this morning?
This morning I got up and come in and I took a whisk to it and I whisked it all the way down to the bottom.
All right.
And blended it all up because it had little swirlies of soap in it.
Okay. And so now it's ready to pour up into the bottles.
Yep.
All right, so let's go look at it.
Okay.
So that's our bad right there. That's pieces of soap that didn't get dissolved.
It'll be all right though. The wash machine don't care.
Yeah, the washing machine probably will just dissolve those. But that's what you got to be careful of. For some reason, it's having a hard time focusing on that. Let me give it something up close. There we go. So let's see what it looks like. So it's just a really nice consistency laundry soap.
And it stays that way too.
It stays that way because you add the detergent. It's not 100% natural. It has some detergent.
It has surfactants in it.
Yeah,
things of that sort.
Yes, but it works and it's penny pinching special and it works
cleans.
great for you. It cleans.
It's clean. And that's what's important.
Yes. So thank you, Bridget, for coming in and doing this video.
You're
She
welcome.
worked really hard preparing for all this
Mhm.
and getting everything ready to do the video for y'all guys because y'all asked for it.
Yep.
And we're really thankful. And I've never made the liquid. I do the powder.
Yeah.
So
And I'm not fond of the powder because my washing machine is a high efficiency washer, and it doesn't dissolve the powder as good.
as good.
Yeah, it's just not as good. Look at this
Michael.
He-Man.
He-Man. All right. Thank you so much for being a patron. It's only $1 a month. Thank you so much for watching my commercials. Thank you that if you click on a video, you watch the video. YouTube takes away points if you cut the video off before it's over. And if you watch one of my videos or any video, always go and turn on at least one more. If somebody watches my video and then watches another video, they give me more brownie points, so I get better advertisers.
Yeah.
Thank you. And then thank you so much for using my Essential Depot link, and all the links are down in the description.
Yep.
And thank you, Bridget, for coming in. High
Yep.
five.
Yep.
This was her day off.
Okay.
And it's like late at night after I've finished work and been making soap, and we made some more CBD balm. That stuff rocks, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
That CBD balm,
It's
I
awesome
make
sauce.
rockin' CBD balm. You gotta buy some off my website.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next video, can we give them a hint on what the next video will be?
Yes, she's also been asked to do how does she turn bar number 11 into shampoo for her children and for mine.
Yep.
All right.
So it's next.
It's next. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
All right.